Hi, these comments are for SM, and this is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. This is my free TOEFL writing evaluation service. You sent me an essay to score on Saturday. Remember, you can only send me one writing practice test for free, and this is that essay. So, first of all, I have the writing rubrics here, as you can see. And I got good news for you. You look like you are really, really close, I think, to getting a score of 5. So let's take a look at it. So where would you spend the money? And you chose the park as a good investment, right? So let's look at what you wrote here, and then I'm going to give you some comments. Donations are an act of generosity that helps all kinds of species on Earth. I believe that the money received by the community should be invested in the making of a new park, not only because it's practical, but also because it would be beneficial to everyone in the community. I like the parallel structure here. I like the not only plus, but also, and then not only plus because, and then but also plus because, again, it's very balanced. Just be careful about using it. It is practical. It would benefit. Not only because, building this new park is practical and making this investment would be beneficial. So instead of using it, try to restate and use some other vocabulary words to help showcase, which I think you have a really good range of vocabulary. You want to show that. So don't limit it to these it and their sentence constructions. You said, I think so for the following reasons. This is a very predictable thesis, by the way. I would not use this. If you want to say it would be beneficial, just say because it will encourage people to go outside and explore, and it would increase uh, the number of plants in the area or something. So take the key points from the two body paragraphs and incorporate them right here, and then you don't even need this thesis. It's redundant, right? So first, a new public park will encourage people to go outside and explore the world. Children, adults, and old people can use the park for various physical and mental activities such as sports, meditation, running, and walking. So what you can do here maybe to show a little bit more progression of ideas is give an example of a park that you know that does allow maybe soccer, or it does allow running, or it does allow walking, and show how people use it, and only talk about that one thing here. I think you need a little bit more what I call concrete detail there. I think this paragraph is the best one of the three, by the way. I like how you stay on that one idea and you really go on it. You say a new park in the community would increase the fauna and flora in the neighborhood. More species of trees would be introduced, which would make the air clearer and lead to healthier lifestyles in and around the community. And I would say instead of the air, I'd probably say cleaner. You could probably say either one. More carbon dioxide would be absorbed by the trees, leading to more oxygen in the air, which would lead to lesser respiratory and heart diseases in children and old people. So I would put here fewer, not lesser, because you're talking about something which is countable, the number of diseases in the area. So it would lead to fewer respiratory and heart diseases in children. A new park would create new habitats for different species of animals in this cruel world where deforestation is rampant and thousands of species go extinct every year. I'm going to throw the comma right before your coordinated conjunction. So this is what you really want to do is you bring up an idea and you stay on that topic and get really concrete in your explanation there. That's what you did here. Furthermore, since parks are a desirable commodity, people from nearby communities would also engage in activities in the park, which would, I think you want to say, which would lead maybe to a spike in property prices around the community and would increase property rates significantly. Having access to parks also means safer gathering spaces. You see, I wouldn't do this. This, you talked about the property and the increase of it, But let's keep in that area. Spend another 50 words showing maybe you have an example of someone in your neighborhood, maybe, or someone somewhere else who has a home by a park, and show how that house has a high market value because it's close to the park. So that's what I mean by, if you go back to the TOEFL exam where it talks about progression of ideas, I think you could probably do a little bit better in that area. Okay, let's keep going. In conclusion, I strongly feel that building a park is the most pragmatic way to achieve a plethora of beliefs, not only for the people in the community, but also for animals and the property rights. Parks help divert. Divert is actually not part of the verb there. It's kind of what's called a bare infinitive. It helps to divert. You could think of this, even though you don't see it, you can think of this word in there. So it helps divert the minds and clears it in a way that has massive benefits. So you kind of restate your purpose, right? So I think it's a good piece of writing. I'm not going to give you 30 on it. I think you need to expand the introduction to about 100 words, and you need a more specific thesis that integrates the key points of the two body paragraphs. I think that would help. And let's look at one more thing here. I'm going to look at the editor. Okay, so I think that your words per sentence, it says, is 25.8. That's promising. Your characters per word is 4.85, is actually strong. So it looks like you have good sentence style and vocabulary. So the editor has really no suggestions for you at all. But still, as I said, I think it could be a little bit better than what you did. So going back to the rubrics, I'm going to put you at about 26 to 28 points out of 30 on this practice test. That would be my estimation right now. Where can you improve? I think you can do better with progression and focus within those body paragraphs. I think that would help. All right, and thank you for doing this practice test. If you want a little bit more help, it just depends on what you want to do. But I do have some services. I think maybe, I mean, probably a couple of private lessons is all you need. Maybe one more for the independent writing task, and maybe a private lesson for the integrated writing task. And that's it. And you get 30 and you move on. Really. If you have any other questions, you can come by during my Zoom office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays from 12 to 12:50 p.m. during the summer. And this is summer 2022. So anybody at YouTube, if you want to know more about my availability, you can go to bettertoeflscores.com. I typically post my office hours at the top of that blog. So if you want to go and talk to me about any concerns or problems you're having with the TOEFL, you can do that. And my hours will change. I will expand my office hours more when the fall semester starts in August. All right. Thank you.